Many students are thinking PTE reading is very difficult. Why? Because they don't know about the basic rules. In this tutorial, I'm going to share basic rules. It's only for you guys. If you are lacking or you are struggling in the case of PTE reading module, you are not able to solve PTE reading fill in the blanks, or you are taking long time. So this video is very helpful for you, especially in summarized for context, in which students are not able to make sentences. Not all students, some students. So let's start our today's session. So here is our basic grammar rule. Number one, after to, first form of verb will come. Before to start this video, you must understand about the tenses. I will make one more video. If you like, just comment. If you like video on tenses, how tenses work in the PTE reading fill in the blanks or in PTE writing section, just comment, upload video on tenses. I will definitely make a video. So guys, here is our first rule. After to, first form of verb will come. If there is a blank after to, then first form of verb will come. That is the reason students are solving PTE reading fill in the blanks in less time. You know, some students, some friends, your friends are solving in very less time because they know about the grammar rules. The main thing is how to apply in the real exam, right? So let's take an example. To run, we decided to run a marathon next month. So after to, first form of will come. Again, to write, to cook. So this is the first grammar rule, very easy. Second, the grammar rule is using the ing form of the verb after for or while. Whenever you are finding for after, then after blank, then first form plus ing will come. For or while. Let's take an example. He got a medal for running the fastest in the race. She received a scholarship for studying hard. I love taking photos while traveling to new places. I like listening to music. See, another rule applies. After to, first form will come. And in this case, music is not a verb. 99% you will get verb, first form of verb after to, but rest is totally depend on the situation. When we will do lots of question or lots of practice, then we can find out this option will come here or not. 99% grammar rule will apply, but 1% is totally depend on your sense. We will do some questions, no problem. So I like listen to music while exercising. First form of verb. First form of verb plus ing. Again. So here is the basic second rule. Third rule. Whenever you are finding it, which, that, then after there is a blank, verb with s or es will come. For example, it rains every day during the monsoon season. It hurts when I touch my injured knees. First form plus s. In the case of which, again s or es will come with the first form of verb. The project, comma, which involves is a verb. First form of verb with s or es. Here, complex calculations is challenging. We tried the dish which tastes delicious and spicy. After that, she told us about a restaurant that serves delicious pasta. We found a store that sells handmade crafts. Right? So here is the third rule. Now let's talk about the fourth grammar rule. We will do some questions, guys, when I will explain my grammar rules. Understand it, note down into the notebook, save this video, like, share and subscribe my channel for more notifications. I will upload many videos in future in Hindi, English and Punjabi. Moreover, we are providing classes over the world online with your timings in Hindi, English and Punjabi, and we have an institution in Jalandhar city, India. You can also start physical classes in our institutions. Our students are getting good scores. Recently, one of my students got 86 scores in just special 10 to 15 sessions. If she can get, you can also pass. You can prepare accordingly. You have to understand each and everything. If your target is big but your expectations are very higher than your target, you need to understand. But many students are not practicing a lot as per the target. Doesn't make sense. If you will practice a lot, you will achieve your scores. No, the right guidance, the right method, time management is also very important, right? So here is our fourth rule. Fourth rule says is, am, are, then after first form of verb plus ing for active voice, and third form will come for passive voice. Active, passive. These are the basic things. So in active voice, the subject of the sentence performs the action and it's more straightforward and clear. So here is the structure. Subject, firstly the subject will come, then verb, then object. So here is the example. I am explaining very clearly, guys. With the help of these rules, if my students can get good scores like 79 each or 90 out of 90, then you can also prepare accordingly. These are the basic rules. Rest is totally depend on your practice, because sometimes when you will get the question, maybe grammar rules will not apply. Then in that case, you have to use another trick. I will explain one by one, because I am going to start my PT reading fill in the blank series, in which in every video you will find out something new, something better than previous, and unique rule that you can apply on PT reading fill in the blanks. Okay, so the chef is a subject. Prepares, verb is a kind of action. So here what action is to be done? Delicious meal, object. So the chef prepares delicious meals. All good. Here is the chef of subject, verb and object. So now in passive voice, the subject receives the action and the focus is on what is done to the subject rather than who did it. Like object, receiver of the action, to be, and the main verb. Am, is, are, was, were, whatever. So delicious meals are prepared by the chef. Now what is an example? He is running in the park. After is, first form of verb. After are, first form of verb plus ing. After am, first form of verb plus ing, right? And third form of verb, if we are finding any third form of verb, after is, third form will come. Are, third form. Is, third form. It depends on the situation. Sometimes you will get all the options in first form of verb and only one option will there which is visible in the form of first form of verb plus ing, and that may be the answer. It depends on the situation. Something happened, because for one fill in the blanks, do not think only one rule will apply. It depends on the situation. Maybe all rules will apply to solve PT reading in the blanks along with your common sense. So our next rule is fifth rule. After an, we know that after an noun will come, or after an adjective plus noun will come. For example, a student is asking a question. So here is plus first form of verb plus ing, right? So again, two rules apply here. After one person will come. After an, and you know that the word starts from A-I-E-U, A-I-E-O-U, then we will use and before that word. So whenever you are finding any blank after the an, in that case, you have to use an, or you can use that option that starts with A-I-E-O-U. This is the basic rule. The movie we watched was excellent. So grammar rule where a, an or the is followed by an adjective and a noun. So here is the example. A tall building. Tall building. Tall is an adjective. Okay. What is adjective? To show something, right? To clear the picture of that person or any building or any noun. So here the building is tall. That is why tall is an adjective. An interesting book, the beautiful sunset. These are all the mixture of, not the mixture, the combination of adjective and noun. Okay, so here is the basic definition of noun and an adjective. You can read it clearly to understand all the things. Rule number 6. After has, have, had, third form of verb will come. She had written. After had, third form will come. Have decided. She has traveled to many countries. Remember one thing, guys, these are basic things. If you don't know, you can't clear your PTE with good scores. You need to understand the basic things first, so that you can able to find out the right direction to solve PT reading with the blanks. Otherwise, many students are giving exam again and again. They are not understanding. They are blaming others, like I'm not getting templates from my teacher. My teacher is not concentration. Maybe not. The second reason may be you are not understanding the things properly, right? So 7th rule, after was, were, third form of verb or first form of verb plus ing will come. Same as previous that I have explained already, is, am, are. That is for the present continuous tense. Here we will talk about past continuous tense, in which you can use was for the singular, were for the plural, plus ing along with first form of verb. But in the case of passive, then you can use third form. See, check this example. They were informed. They was promoted. Something happened by anyone. Then we can use the passive. Was written, were arranged. And if we will talk about first form of verb plus ing, in that case he was working last night. They were playing in the park, were listening, and I was watching a movie at that time. All good. So now moving to the 8th rule. Be, been, being. Then after, if there is a blank, third form of verb plus v1 or ing will come. V1 plus ing will come. Let's take an example. Be, present form plus third form of a verb, past participle. They are invited to the party. We are informed about the change. We have been informed. They have been invited. The car is being repaired. He is being helped. So been and being are followed by the present participle form of the verbs. I have mentioned already. Everything is written in front of you so that you can understand better and better. And remember one thing, if you are new to my YouTube channel, you just subscribe now. If you like my teaching style, you can contact me for online classes. My number is visible in front of you. Take a look. So we are providing online classes. For online classes, you can contact on this number. Here is my Australian number. You can WhatsApp me. Or for offline classes, or you are in India, you can contact on my Indian number as well. All good, guys. So let's talk about this one. Has been. Has been is used in the present perfect continuous tense for the third person singular pronoun he, she, it. It shows that an action started in the past and is still continuing in the present. For example, she has been studying. So here I am using been plus first form of verb plus ing. She started. So check this one. She started studying in the past and still studying now. So this is the meaning. Same in the case of have been, but we will use for plural. They have been working on the project for weeks. Had been, basically for past perfect continuous tense, and we can use for all pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, they. But has been or have been, I have explained already. You can use has for singular, have for plural. Let's take an example. He had been waiting for the train for an hour when it finally arrived. You can use had for all. There is no singular plural in the case of past perfect continuous. I'm talking about the had been. So here is a summary. Has been or have been referring to ongoing actions that started in the past but are still happening in the present, while had been refers to ongoing actions that started in the past and continued until another point in the past. Ninth rule. I'm deadly sure you are understanding all the things. If yes, please comment. If you will comment, that will be very appreciated, because if we know you want to learn something, but we want some some output from your side or input from your side as well. Just comment. If you like my teaching style, just note down, just comment Nikhil PT online classes best or best lecture, something. If not, if there is any mistake, you can also comment. We will improve, right? So after can, could, may, might, should, must, shall, will, used to, need to, dare not, would, ought to, always first form of verb will come. You should eat, might improve, will arrive, must finish, can swim. However, we are using these things in our real life, but in the case of PT reading, we are confusing ourselves, right? So 10th rule. If by comes after the blank. First 9 rules I have explained. When the blank is after to, has, have, whatever, or helping verb. But here I am talking about the blank is before the by, then third form will come. For example, was repaired by the mechanic, something happened by someone, was delivered by the postman, was sold by a brilliant. 2 rules apply. Rule number 1, after was third form will come, obviously. And rule number 2, before by third form will come. If there is a blank, 11th number rule, if there is a blank comes after the word by, now then we will use first form of verb plus ing. So there are 2 common rules actually, but both are different. What happens when blank comes after by or before by, right? So before by third form will come, after by first form of verb plus ing will come. 12th rule, after and what will come. Sometimes when you are solving the filling the blanks, sometimes you will get option after the blank, sometimes before the blank. This is very, very easy. So if the word before and is a singular word, then the word after and will also be a singular. For example, the cat and the dog is playing. The sun and the moon shine brightly. You need to understand the category. So the students and the teachers, these are 2 plural. Here I'm talking about plural. So here I will definitely talk about plural. Same category, boys and girls. So whenever you are finding and before blank or after blank, understand if you are getting blank before and, then what comes after and is a singular, plural, or what category, ing. So chances are very high. So what will come before and in the case of same category, okay? So 13th rule, do, does, did plus not negative, then after base form will come. He does not like coffee. He do not want. Did he finish? Verb, right? So 14th number rule, he, she, it. If there is a singular, then first form verb plus s or es will come. Let's take an example. He is a singular plays. John is a singular likes. The car is a singular goes. She is a singular walks. 15th rule. I, we, you, they. These are all plurals. Okay. Then after we will use only verb. There is no s or es after the first form of verb, guys. We watch, they run, the bird sings, I like, you enjoy. And many students are doing some silly mistakes in writing. They don't know about the grammar rules. After the plural, they are using s or es with the first form of verb. So these are the basic and grammar rules for PT reading in the blanks and for writing section as well. Let's do some question so that you can understand. So guys, here is our question number 1. All right. So rule number 1 is to read the whole question, and many students will think if we will read the whole question, then how we can solve our fill in the blanks in within 2 minutes. See, there are 2 types of fill in the blanks, reading and writing, and only reading. We are doing only reading fill in the blanks, and this fill in the blanks is also called as drag and drop fill in the blanks. And you know, in the real exam you will get very easy questions, hopefully, if you know all the techniques. Okay, so I have written 2 times, all good. So sometimes you need to understand the situation. As I told you, sometimes you the grammar rules will apply. So let's start with the first question. Let's see, what is music? You just have to relate this question with your real life. If you will imagine this situation in the real life, you will able to solve very easily. However, grammar rule applies or not. So what is music? You know, in one sense, there is an easy dash. So here, what I am talking about, just read the options: volume, question, examples, knowledge, issue, classes. So here we are talking about volume, no. Question, yes, because here I am talking about question. There is a question mark sign, so we can put a question, but we have to read the all options first. However, we are getting question is the appropriate word. Examples, knowledge, issue, classes. So answer will be question. So if you are not getting any answer, for example, you don't know what will come here, you don't have to waste your time here because we have time constraint. You just read the question first, and maybe you will get all other answers, and then you will find out your option for this one out of few options. Okay, so however, I got this answer here. Even the least musical among us can recognize pieces of music when we hear them and name a few canonical dash. Few. Here we are talking about something explaining, right? So pieces of music when we hear them and name a few canonical dash. Okay, I don't know, no problem. We know there are different kinds of music, even if our dash of music is restricted. We know which kinds we like and which kinds we do not. Very simple question. Here we are talking about volume, no. Knowledge, yes, knowledge will come here in the third. Even our knowledge, because this makes sense in the context of one's understanding of different kinds of music. And in the second, see, I told you, if you don't know the right answer, just go further. Now we left with only volume, examples, issue, and classes. There are 2 things. Use brain, or you can put all options and read the line. If it is good to listen, then it is the right answer, obviously. For example, I am always taking one example to understand this thing. Let's take an example like my friend is going, okay, and I'm going to the airport to see of my friend. So what I will say? I will say goodbye. Getting my point? So now there is one more option, good night. So what comes after the good? It depends on the situation. If I'm going to see off my friend, then I will say goodbye, not good night. Getting my point? It depends on the situation. However, there is a night. It depends on the situation. Both are correct, but we need to understand the appropriate one, right? So goodbye is a universal. Whenever you are going to the airport or whenever you are going to the bus station to see of any of one, you will say always goodbye, not always good night. So universal is goodbye. So here is the best example. Canonical volume, now canonical examples, correct. Let's take a look for other canonical issue. Few means I have explained something. So answer will be examples, because this appropriate, it refers to recognizable pieces of music, right? So here I am talking about examples. So what will be the right answer? First is question, second is examples, and third one is knowledge. Very easy. In this case, we did not use any grammar rule, because grammar rule doesn't apply here. I told you 99% grammar rule apply, but 1% maybe you can use your upar ka malla. Let's start our second question. So here is your second question. Take a look and try to solve within 2 minutes. Otherwise, you will lose your time management, all the things for your PT reading other sections. After two, first form of verb will come. So after two, first form of verb will come if, then uh, what will be the right answer? Check out. You have 2 minutes. Take a look, and then after I am going to explain. Please comment your answers in the comment box. दो मिनट Alright students, I hope you have solved this question, because in this case grammar rules will apply. Firstly, let's check out what's happening before blank. In this case, to is there and are is there and off is there. Okay, so now we left with, again, to is also here. right? So four options in which you can see before blank is two times, R for one time and O for one time. We left with only one blank, that is at the end of the sentence, right? So let's understand first form of verb first. Interrogative, no. I am just a communal, no. Either, no. Disdain, I don't know it's verb or not a verb, no problem. So three options are gone. So you can see the probability to find out the right answer is increasing. That is the reason I'm telling you guys, you just have to understand it very clearly so that you can solve your PT reading in the blanks very easily. So in search of lessons 2, after 2 what will come? I don't first form of verb, but we have lots of first form. Each is also is not a first form of verb. Sorry, I forgot before. So we left with only 1 2 3 4 5 6 options that will fit in these three. Okay, in these three, after R first form of verb plus ing will come, or third form, but there is no first form of verb plus ing and third form. We need to understand the situation here. So definitely the answer will be between interrogative, communal, either or each. Which one fits here? No problem. Firstly we will read the question. In search of lessons 2 in our own career. Always remember guys, you have to read the full sentence. Some students are not reading the full sentence, they are stopping after the blank and they are thinking what the option will come. You need to understand the situation before blank or after blank so that you can find out your right answer very easily. In search of lessons 2 dash in our own career. Disdain, emulate, I don't know what is emulate. Appoint, show, apply, think. In search of lessons to dash in our own career, we often try to dash what effective leaders do. Roger Martin says this focus is misplaced because moves that work in one context may make little sense in another. A more productive though more difficult approach is to look at, you can see always after 2 first form always coming, at how such leaders dash. Okay, leaders, this option we can also say that based on grammar rules, leaders is a plural. Okay, so after plural verb will come in which there is no s or es. So you can see again we have to find out from these options. So all options related to and leaders, there are 3 options related to grammar rule or grammar based. Okay, so leaders that a more productive though more difficult approach is to look, here is talking about thinking. Yes, think is the best to describe because here the leaders are examining the thought process of leaders rather than just their actions. So answer will be think here. We did not find the answer for first and second, but no problem, we will go further. I am taking long time to solve this question because I am explaining to you. I am explaining you. After extensive interviews with more than 50 of them, the author discovered the most are dash thinkers. Most are interrogative, communal thinker, I don't know. Either thinker, is thinking, no. Answer is interrogative. I don't know the meaning of interrogative, but what do you mean by interrogative if you don't know the right answer? You are taking guess. Interrogative is the best word because the type of thinking that combine opposing ideas. Interrogative. You can relate this word with interrogative. What do you mean by interrogative? Interrogative, like to find something, to search something, I have to interrogate you. You know, that's why I'm telling you, you just have to relate this question with your real life. Interrogative, interrogation, both are similar. which means, however, integrative word is the opposite from interrogative, but no problem, it is similar. Like for example, disgusting, disturbance, the word starts with this, DIF, shows negativity. However, both have different meaning, but here we are talking about the tricks, the rules. So interrogative here, here fourth, they can hold in their hands two opposing ideas. Here we are talking about opposing ideas, that shows interrogative at once, and then come up with a new idea that contains elements of dash but is superior to both. Elements of dash means here we are talking about a single thing. For single thing, each is here. Either means we have two options, either or, either India or Canada. We have two options. Here we did not use either. So if we are using either, there will be or, but after this line, after the blank, there is no or. That means either will never come. We left with only the each. So we are done with last three questions, last three options. We left with only these two. So these are gone. Interrogative, each, and think. Here we are talking about in our own careers, in search of lessons to dash in our own careers. That makes sense for apply. If we will apply in our own careers, we often try to dash what effective. See, effective leaders, something. What effective leaders? I don't know. Disdain shows negativity. As I told you, the word starts from disturbance, whatever. There are lots of words, right? And discontinue, these are called negativity. So here we are not talking about the negativity, here we are talking about the effective leaders. So answer will be between show, no; appoint, no; disdain, no. We left with only emulate and communal. Communal will never come after two. So we left with only emulate. However, I don't know the meaning of emulate, but my guess is accurate. So this way you can solve your PT reading fill in the blanks. So here is your homework. Here is the question. You have 2 minutes. Just take a look. Comment your answer. In the next video, I will explain this question and how options comes here. I hope you like my video. I have explained grammar rules with many examples. And if you like my teaching style, you can contact me. If you are struggling, you can contact Nikhil PT classes. All the best, and subscribe my channel for more notifications. Bye bye.